Hello, everybody. My name is Naki Kimario, and I will be your co-host for today. Welcome to your favorite show, African Woman Open Talk Show. Now, just remember, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, as long as you are an African woman, we are talking right to you. Now, before we get into the topic of today's episode, as you can see, there's a new face on the screen today. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jacinta, and I am so humbled to be here today with you. Yes. I am so happy to be part of this movement that is encouraging women, that is bringing confidence to women all over the world. So wherever you are, I hope you enjoy today's episode.
Yes, so I'm so excited because we're going to be hearing more from Jacinta in today's episode as she gives us her beautiful testimony. But before we get into all that juicy stuff, let's introduce the main host, the one and only host, Prophetess Teresa. Welcome, Mama.
Thank you so much, Naki, for having me again here. Viewers all over the world, remember, African Woman Open Talk Show, it's for you and me as an African woman. And as Naki said, it doesn't matter your continent. What matters is you have the African woman spirit. You've been in this situation where you've been suppressed by the society. You've lost your confidence because the society makes you feel as an African woman, you're kind of useless. You're just meant to be married and just be washing dishes and cooking for your children. And it's like you can't do much of yourself. You've been made to feel for you to rise up and be a woman of caliber or a woman of substance who is out there. You need perhaps to lose your integrity, to lose your dignity. But we are here to tell you, nothing is impossible for a willing heart. And it's a time and a season that as an African woman, you know you're able to climb this ladder all the way to the top. Without losing your integrity, neither your dignity. All that is needed from you is the courage, it's the confidence, and who is behind you. Because sometimes, it also matters who is behind you.
That is true. And if we look at the situation, Jacinta happens to be a spiritual daughter of yours, which means that Prophetess Teresa is the spiritual mother of Jacinta. And I'm sure that her journey and how she met you, she must have come a long way. I'm sure she's much more different from how she met you the first day. So Jacinta, how did you come to meet Prophetess Teresa?
Wow. So I met Prophet Teresa actually in 2 encounters. The first time I met her was at a birthday party. And it was a very crazy one because back then I lived a very, very crazy life. And I had no idea who she was. And later on I met her again, and I met her now as Prophet Teresa. And this is the time now I was actually fleeing from her and flooding because I remembered that dinner table and the many crazy things that I spoke about, which were very embarrassing.
The funniest thing, I can't remember those things. Anyway.
So that is how I met my mother, and ever since then, I can tell you, as an African woman, being under her leadership and encouragement and a lot of rebuke and patience from her side, I have changed so much.
You spoke about patience, and I just want to ask Mama, I'm sure she's not the only spiritual daughter that you have. I'm sure you have many.
You're one of them.
Yes, of course. Many like me and Jacinta who have been transformed, and some who are still going through the transformation process. Now, how do you deal with it as a spiritual mother with people who, have come from a crazy life, who are doing crazy things? How do you deal with it as a spiritual mother?
You see, that's what I've said. If you want to rise up as an African woman, it depends who is behind you. Because you cannot have a person who has no patience for you.
That's true.
Second, God had to take me through her life so I could understand her, I could understand you, so that when you come, I don't have to judge you. I need to know this one. Slowly, I'm just going to deal with her with a toothpick. I'll just be chewing a bit, and this person is transformed. Third, I've also realized that most young ladies in Africa, they also flee from women of God and also from elderly women because the first thing that they encounter is judgment. So I thank God, actually, that He has given me so much love and patience for people.
That's true.
And the truth is, if I can't have love and patience for people, then I cannot be a servant of people. Because it's really needed. remember, we are called to build characters of people.
Yes.
And there's no wall, there's no fortified wall that was built within a day.
Yes.
So you got to have patience in building the character of this person. Remember also, as the time you're building, you're also learning. You're also becoming a master through, helping this person.
Yes.
So clearly, there were a group of many girls at that time.
Yeah.
And I never felt a thing to judgment. God has given me the patience because I'm a Christian, and being a Christian, patience is one of the fruits of the Spirit of God.
Yes.
So automatically, it is in me, and I've accepted it, and I flow with it.
Yes.
So I can say it's a gift that God has given me. So it's not just obvious that people can have patience with you.
That's true.
And especially where you come across women of God who grew up only being in church. They have never tasted the world there. When they meet somebody like you, they're thinking, where did you come from? Drinking. Who is your mother?
Yeah.
Can you just kneel here? I deliver you before you go to Jehannam and to hell.
Yes.
So when God called me, he told me that he wants me to showcase his power through love.
Wow.
So I recall, even for her, she was like, the love, because she even started serving before she was delivered fully.
Yes. For sure.
So that's how I deal with it. I just keep on observing and praying behind the bars. I don't have to come every day and tell you. I remember one of them was a smoker, and I said, I've prayed for you enough, and I'm not praying for you again. I'm drifting my energy somewhere else. The day you make a decision, come and tell me I've stopped smoking.
Wow.
And even as she used to smoke weed.
Wow. Yeah. So let's just talk about that for a second. So, what are these, hectic things that you went through in this lifestyle that you lived?
Well, Naki, when I see my life today and how it was back then, it's a huge change. And I just want to encourage somebody, like Prophet just mentioned here, it's the will.
Yes.
It's for you to make that decision and have that will. I remember back then, smoking was for me a habitual thing.
Wow.
Every single day for me was, I need to smoke. Before I go to the office, I need to smoke.
Wow.
When I come back from the office, I need to smoke.
Wow.
It became a part of my life that I could not let go of. And I remember the day that I came here, Mama delivered me.
Wow.
But in fact, what I figured was that she has delivered me, but I have to play my own part.
Exactly.
Yes.
I have to play my own part in this.
Yeah.
Because even at that time she delivered me, I still had a case at home filled with, smokers, you know what I'm talking about, filled with different items. I had to stash that out. Stash it out.
Yep, that's
and I
true.
made the decision right there and then. Actually, I was scared to say, God is seeing me. I knew God was seeing me then, but now it was like, I can't do this anymore. It takes that will, and it takes that yourself taking the step and say, you know what, I've been delivered.
Yes.
Let me continue on this journey of delivery.
Yes.
And that was in 2015, and since then I've never touched.
But as an African woman, an African girl, what drove you into doing all these things?
Yeah.
I can say, first of all, one thing about me is I have been someone who went through depression. That depression was caused by just having society around you that wants you to do certain things, marriage and have children at a very early stage and all of that. And I went through a stage in my life where I was completely lost. And so having to do that, my escape route was smoking.
Wow. And I also remember, I think you lost your mother at a very early age.
Wow. Yes.
So you became a child of the entire society.
Yes.
So the society comes here, you have a different mother telling you, you need to get married. You're not going anywhere the way you are. And you feel like, I'm sure you're feeling like, the way when you smoke weed, you feel like, I'll show them. They will see. Ideas are coming.
And also at that time, weed makes you feel this level of, you don't want to be part of this level.
Yes.
You get to a next level.
Wow.
Yes.
But then you forget that level is just for a minute and a moment.
Yes.
Next day you need to face those
Yeah.
challenges and those things that you're facing, and you need. But I feel like I didn't want to face them. I didn't want to sit down and say, Jacinta, face your challenges.
Yes.
So one of the things that I'm getting as an African young woman, you are drawn into smoking weed, into smoking cigarettes due to the pressure from the society.
Yes.
And of course, also you are going through your own issues.
Yes.
And it's like you can't share them with just anybody because already you feel misjudged.
Yes.
Oh, this one, why you just get married? Your problems will end. Because that's how I see it's seen in Africa. Anyway, we are so happy to have you, Cynthia.
Yes.
Thank you so
And my journey with you has been incredible because I still remember the time you made a decision to move forward.
Yes.
You never took steps back. You've been moving forward, even with all the challenges that you have been going through in your life. You have not stopped. So one of the things that I got from you, and it's what I'm always saying, is that African woman who is out there, you got to make a decision. You got to be willing to make a change in your life.
Yes.
So at some point you have to step up and say, you know what, these people are just making some noise.
Yes.
But in the midst, these challenges that I'm going through, because of what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing through others, they can make me a different person.
That's true.
That's very
But
true.
I'll only become a different person when I make a decision
Exactly.
to move forward and not
Exactly.
to prove to them any point per se that,
Yes.
you know, or try to be somebody else. So we really thank God for you because I know you still have a lot to share with our viewers.
Yes.
But right now we're going to be taking a short break and we will be right back after a few minutes. But I just want to encourage you as an African woman. Again, this is my song. Don't let the society surprise you. There are things as African women we have learned in our culture. We ought to respect them, and those things, they have made us to be where we are today. But my thing is this, I'm not saying that we shouldn't honor and respect the African culture. We should, but we shouldn't allow the society and wrong people to try and suppress us and show us that we can't be great.
Yes.
To show us that there's no greatness in us.
Yes.
I just want to tell you, a woman who is out there, if you can carry a baby for 9 months, carry a king, carry a president, there's greatness in you.
Yes.
Arise and shine.
Oh, yes.
Don't let anything limit you. God created you and gave you power and authority to do so much. So you can do so much with what already you have.
Yep.
We're going to be talking soon. Just remember to subscribe, share, like, comment.
Yes.
But the key thing, watch, listen,
Yes.
and learn.
Yes.
Take one sentence and let this sentence start speaking in your head. Remember, you're a product of your mind.
Yes.
So may your mind be transformed by this program of African Woman Open Talk Show. Viewers all over the world, we are back. Remember, it's African Woman Open Talk Show where we focus with issues that pulls down the African woman, and we try to build confidence in you because I admire an African woman because I am one. So remember, your continent doesn't matter. So wherever you are, it doesn't matter. What matters, do you carry that African spirit where you feel like you're misjudged as an African woman by the society, by the community. So we are here to tell you that as an African woman, you can be an engineer. You can be a doctor, woman.
yes.
You can be a president.
Oh, yes.
You can be anything that you want to be because God has created you and given you power and authority to take over. So you can do it. But the thing we are always saying, remember, don't put on or try to put on a man's shoe.
Yeah.
Wear your shoe as a woman. It fits you well.
Yes.
And walk with it, march with it, with your shoulders up and high. Second, don't withdraw or rebuke or destroy the culture and the teachings that you have gained from being an African woman.
Yes.
Learn through it. Keep the good traditions, the cultures that you have learned. But go above the idea of you're a woman. You're only created or born to be a wife of somebody only. You can't make it. You have to compromise. You have to bribe with your body. No, you're not going to lose your dignity. You know, you don't have to lie. You have to just do things in the right way. You have to have the right backup. Who are the people behind you? Like today, we are here with Jacinta, and she's sharing her life. You know, I want to believe she is where she is today with confidence. I'm not the one who has given her breath. It comes from God. But that confidence, you need somebody to push it through. And we have spoken this severally, that it is very key to have a mentor. But a mentor who believes in you.
That is true.
A mentor who pushes you through. So Jacinta has spoken here that I delivered her because she had some weird behaviors. You know, some behaviors that are created through frustration. She had depression, but we delivered her, and now she stepped up. And I just want to hear, where are you now in your life? You know, it's exciting to hear.
Wow. I mean, as you said, Mama, just before this episode, sorry. No, I continue. Okay, before this, you mentioned about how making a decision is very, very important. All right?
Yeah.
I was one woman who had no confidence, zero confidence. And that, as I said, brought on the depression. But after meeting you and being under your guidance and your leadership, I started to feel something I had never felt before. And this was confidence. It was very new to me.
Wow.
I didn't even know that as an African woman, you're allowed to be confident. Because we are so surrounded with a community that directs you in the way your life should be.
They have certain expectations.
Exactly. And being around people who every day someone is getting married left, right, and center. You're getting older and older. You're just
you don't even have a baby.
not even anybody looking at you and winking. Something, nothing is there. So after I met you,
can easily become a lesbian. Oh God. Okay.
Yes. So that's another story for
another day.
So through meeting you, Mama, my confidence started building up. It took me a while, like you have said, that it requires you to have someone behind you who is extremely patient. And I feel like for me, one of the reasons I was running away from you was because I looked at the world in, she's going to judge me. That was the first thing I felt. Because everywhere that I went was judgment. Going to a church in this day and age, it's very hard for young people. Because the first thing we think about is they've already condemned me at the door because of my dressing. How am I going to even step in that church and be confident and feel comfortable? So for me, the first thing I noticed when I came here, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many youths here with crazy hairstyles and just looking confident in Jesus.
And shockingly, I never even asked you to remove your nose ring. No, I don't ask anyone to remove it.
I came and I felt I was in the right place. And because of that, because of the nurturing now that I did not have back then, or I felt like I did not have, I started to notice now that, wow, I am accepted.
And you are actually gifted. You can work as a woman and climb.
Very much so. But at that particular time in my life, I felt I'm not going anywhere. You know, I felt everybody's getting married, children. But I learned later on that is not all life takes for me. And as an African woman, we live in a continent whereby being suppressed is very natural.
Yeah, it's a norm thing.
It's a norm to be suppressed. And for you to get out of there, someone needs to pull you. Someone needs to say, no, take this route and not this route. And I am very glad as my mentor that over and over the years, with your patience and a lot of rebuke, it helped me. It built me up. And when I'm talking about changes, I'm not just talking about just physical changes, behaviors,
Yes.
attitude.
Yes.
I had a lot of attitude. A lot of it. My behavior changed. Cleanliness, small things like these
Yeah.
things. That at that time for
Wow.
me, I didn't see them as this is bad. But now when I step back and say, yo, how did I live like that in that state?
We can see that through having a mentor and through having someone behind you, it's a huge thing. You just need one person to
yes.
believe in you, and you can believe in yourself, and your
yes.
life can change.
Yes.
But my prophet, I want to ask you, what about that African woman who doesn't have a mentor, or who doesn't have someone who's behind her to, you know, show her the way, or to advise her, or to be there for her and encourage her?
I believe every person in this world, and even here in Africa where we are, there are many people who are just like me, who are willing to help you. If you need help, you need to also reach out for that help.
Yeah.
You might not go looking for help, but the way you surround yourself with certain people, you will be able to pick. But this person,
Yeah.
when I speak to this person, there's a way I feel.
Yes.
I feel relieved. I feel good. I feel confident.
Yes.
There's a way you can look at a certain woman who has been successful and she inspires you,
Yes.
and that can, motivate you
Yeah.
to go into a place. One thing I've realized with life is that actually problems links us to others.
That's true.
When you're going through issues, it's so easy to meet certain people.
That is very true.
You will be drawn. I'm sure there must be something that you are going through in your life that you did not like it,
Yes.
but you did not know how to approach it
Yeah.
or overcome it. But by just making a decision of going to church today,
Yes.
and then I still remember prophesying to you, speaking to you,
Yes.
and praying for you. And I asked you, can I pray for you? And you say, yes.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, that was the beginning
Yes.
of the new you.
Yes,
So
definitely.
the behaviors might not change tomorrow.
Yeah.
But already you've taken one step.
That's true.
And then that person, I was keen because I would call you guys and ask
Yes.
you, how you doing? You know,
Wow.
I would be the one to
Yeah.
to go down and
Yes.
look for them, as I always do with most of
Yes.
my people.
Yeah.
So one thing I believe, there's a person there. You just need to open up your eyes and see. Sometimes that person is just in front of you like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
But because you're preoccupied with yourself and a lot of things that are surrounding you, you don't see it. Second, there's one thing that normally holds us African women from sharing our problems, because we talk too much. We also talk too much. We are community
That's
people.
true.
Yes.
So when you share one problem, just know it's for the entire community.
Yes.
Gosh.
And sometimes, even when you share with a person, they don't go talking because they are gossiping. Sometimes
Yeah.
they feel, maybe if I reach out to
That's
Naki,
true.
she will
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
Cinta better and she might help. But
That's
not knowing
true.
Naki is like, what? She moves also, she goes to look for her, So by the time you're walking on the street, it's like everyone is looking at you like,
They
Yeah.
already know your story.
Yo.
They're looking at you like, what? So, also that we need to be delivered as African women from just talking about each other and not helping each other. And also when you hear somebody has spoken about you, don't be very fast to judge the person who
Yes.
spoke first. Approach that person. Get to know why they came to speak about you. Maybe it was under a certain content, but
Yeah.
somebody else decided to turn it around.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would advise all those who are watching us, and they have young people out there where they don't have people to speak to. They can also reach out to me because these days we have social media.
Yes.
They can write to me and I will respond to them. I remember like my story on tuko.kenya or rather
Yes,
tuko.ke.
yes.
So many people wrote to me and
Yeah.
I responded to every person who wrote me an email,
Yes.
who inboxed me on prophetess_Teresa
Yeah.
Instagram. I
Yes.
always respond. I run my own social media because I want to reach out to people and I want to help them because also somebody had to lift my hand.
Yes.
So I'm also going to lift your hand. And I've seen you also doing the same. I watched a bit of your clips that you encourage
Yeah.
ladies, you're motivating them.
Yeah.
How is it going there?
Well, these videos, Mama, even when I started them, the first video I made, actually, I was like, is this me? I'm actually talking to another woman. And it was so encouraging for me because I would have people inbox me and call me. I was like, that was my word.
You see?
I needed that. And at that time, for me, I was just doing it out of, okay, I know I need to speak to somebody.
I still remember even when I told you start the videos, you're like, I told you don't need a camera, just put your phone here, speak to some ladies that will be transformed.
Yes, and indeed, just as you said, Mama, that point of having someone behind you who is going to push you and encourage you.
Yes.
It's very important that that particular person as well is someone who you can look up to.
Yeah.
Okay, someone that you can look up to. Because when I met you, Mama, I learned that you were someone who was working in an organization, you were at a very high level, with a family, but you were able to do all of these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in a place where I thought I can only do one thing.
Actually, I remember when you met me, I was still in corporate, by the way.
Yes,
but I was
that's
still
true.
ministering to people on a Sunday in church. Oh, wow. Yeah, so she met me in all my life.
Yeah. Wow.
Exactly. So that for me encouraged me to say that if she can be and do this, who am I not to?
Yeah.
She's a woman, you know,
Yeah.
and that boosted me, that gave me the encouragement. And part of my crazy life, after I quit my job and started now coming more and more to the church and being part of the church and the community of Rema, I did not have a job during that whole period. And that's the time when I thought, okay, you get to a point where you feel like, okay, I'm coming to church, but why are things still not working out? Because we want things to be done really fast. But I feel my journey with her was to build my character.
Yeah.
I had to grow in certain ways that I had to be molded first. And because of her patience and her, guidance and going step by step with me, that encouraged me. And today, I am working for an international organization.
Wow. And I even remember, your testimony is very inspiring because I also remember at some point where you had to move from Tanzania and you had to go to Malawi and then you had no job. What really made me admire you so much and feel like you can even change lives of other women there in Malawi, it's the fact that you did not feel like I need to go back to that life that I used to live.
Yes.
Maybe I could have a man and who could give me a job or money, but I still remember even at some point you had no food.
Yes.
Wow.
But you kept on pushing and believing, I will come out of this situation.
Yes.
And I remember I was behind you showing you know what? You will get over it. Let's keep believing because already there's a word that you're going to make it. What would you share with a woman who is out there, who is in that situation that you were?
Yes.
Number one situation, I know you've been in so many situations, so we will be back in another episode because there is so much. I don't want to preempt it. But I just want you to speak to that girl or lady who is there.
Yes.
She's been smoking, She's been thinking that's the life because she's depressed and she feels like this is going to, help me and calm me and it's going to make me feel good. At least one sentence or something that you can tell this lady. And this word can help this lady too, as an African woman, African girl, to come out of this situation. Second, that girl who is out there without a job and she is born again. She's just been delivered a couple of years from living this crazy life, of all kind of behaviors.
Yes.
How is she going to be still like you are still waiting for the job to come?
Yes. I want to encourage, first of all, that woman anywhere in the world right now who is having any addiction, any sort of addiction, okay? You are loved.
Yes.
That's the first thing. Do not feel that you are alone because I was in a place where I thought I was alone. That's why I felt like I had to carry all this by myself.
Yes.
You need to be able to know that there are people around you who are fighting for you.
Yes.
But they do not know how to approach you, how to come to you, because we sometimes pull up this wall where we've closed ourselves. But I want to encourage you today that you need to make a choice. Because it starts with you. It starts with you taking that step. So many people can surround you and be telling you, stop, stop, stop. But unless you have made that decision by yourself, it's not going to help anybody else but you.
That's true.
And when you become born again, I think the first thing is people look for a lot of miracles in one go. They want very fast miracles.
And then the people on the other side, they're looking for your downfall. The people you've lost in the world.
Yes. In fact, Mama, I was being told all the time that she doesn't look like she's changed. Because they were waiting for that. They were waiting for my downfall. But I want to encourage you, wherever you are right now, that it takes, because you've made a decision, be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Love yourself. I think for me, that was one thing that I did not have. I did not love myself. I did not love myself. So it was very hard for me. You cannot have confidence in yourself if you do not love yourself. But because now I was building that confidence every single day, I started to show, wow, I love myself. And when you love yourself, you do not want to hurt yourself. You do not want to harm yourself. And Mama, you spoke here about, using your body. And I was that person.
That's what I'm saying. Your testimony is really big. We will try to get you back, because that's one part I would really want you to speak, because there's so many African women going through that. The issue of actually thinking you could, make money through your body, or thinking that is the best life, or it's very interesting. I would like you to come back to our program.
Definitely.
You have an open invitation, so you can just come and testify and see how you came out. I know her story, but I don't want to preempt it. But she came out of a lot of addictions. We have just spoken of addictions of, smoking and all these things. We would look at addictions of sex, but we will have her back maybe in our next episode if she gets time. But thank you so much, viewers, for being part of us and with Jacinta.
Thank you.
I wanted to take that one word that she has spoken. Love yourself. It is very key to love yourself. Because if you do not love yourself, it becomes difficult for others to love you.
Yes, very true.
Honor your body. Honor who you are as a woman. Be encouraged. Make the right choice. And it will lead you to the right decision at the right time, at the right place. And without you knowing, you are a woman of caliber. You are a woman of substance. You are a woman who is designed for influence. You are a Chayo woman, woman of strength. That's the new Jacinta right now. Working in an international organization. She's on a senior position. When she comes back, she's going to share with you a lot. I would like you to check on her Facebook and Instagram. We're going to jot it down there. If you're in Malawi, you can reach out to her. She's always willing to meet young people and speak to them, and you will be transformed, just like she has been transformed. And why God wants to transform you, it's because you also need to change others. Every one of us, we've been created with an assignment.
Very true.
The same way eyes have an assignment to see, there's an assignment in your life to fix people's problems. So we ought to fix each other's problems.
Wow, this was such a powerful episode. Your testimony, so powerful, so inspirational. I hope an African woman out there has been inspired by the episode of today. Thank you so much for tuning in until the end of this video. As we're coming to an end, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will feel free to answer your questions. Thank you so much. We love you. And until next time, bye-bye.